Ну, здорово всем, бродяги, симпатяги, бродяги, работяги. Мы тем временем продолжаем играть Kingdom Come. Пока, кстати, пропуск кадр битрейта хороший. Ну так. Вот что-то похуже стал. 5000. 5000. Сейчас уже 4000. Снова 5000. Более-менее. Мы тем временем увидели короля. Сигизмунда. Хе-хе-хе. Типа мы там вино разносили. Вот. Сейчас мы будем играть за святого чувака этого. За отче нашего. Поэтому глянем, что там да как будет. Ай. Да, еще в этой серии мы будем стараться обмазывать всех кетчупом. Вы не любите кетчуп? А я люблю кетчуп. О да, кетчуп это вкусно. Хе-хе. Чем быстрее ты двигаешься, тем ты заметнее. Логично. Да, мы тут. У нас загрузочка произошла. Какая задача-то вообще сейчас? Инджих. Сейчас было. Здорово.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with.
Baron Vauquelin-Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate...
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
Misère.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
Ah, je suis désolé. This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Sainte Mère, do tell me about it. No doubt you...
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle. Many...
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me.
What are you doing here at a meeting of opponents of the crown?
Ah, the Lord moves in mysterious ways.
Все слышно, все работает. Ты поэт?
Say you're a poet. How about...
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite, I require the proper move.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the...
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome.
How come almost nobody here knows?
I am operating, as they say. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia.
Good to see you, friend. God be with you, friend.
Марграф Йост Люксембургский. А,
To your health, my friend.
это Йост? Шляхтич, 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 Кунслин Рутхарт. Кунслин Рутхарт. Гаман Алдер. Мартин Одерин. Шляхтич. Он из Лихтенштейна. О, ты тоже здесь. Конрад из Фехты. Стражник, стражник, стражник. Анна из Вальдштейна. Шляхтич, шляхтич, шляхтич. Раунд. Шмуэль. Ну и птачек, естественно. Молодо ты выглядишь.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among... I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would one...
How do you know I'm a...
It's not difficult, and we are both a little on I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical... And this is...
Who would rather not be here? Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need... And why would they...
Are you here to arrange...
We have more serious matters. The situation in the town and the kingdom is... You have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver...
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just
Шмуэль.
arrived, after
Какое имя
all.
странное.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have...
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hot...
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming... For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. He was supposed to become a blacksmith. And instead...
Wait. A black from Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one.
And that was all...
Why? You should have taken care of me.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, he took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobula, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20...
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Точно.
Enough. I'd rather have a...
For that,
Good hell.
L'chaim.
У него все равно высокий навык. Так что насрать, пьет он, не пьет. У него, наверное, иммунитет ко всей этой фигне.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing.
Все, споры пошли, конечно, классика.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd...
It depends.
A little delicate I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain... And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council.
Well, I'm curious how you hope...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of...
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack...
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened, and he's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't...
But he can't retreat either.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called. For the plan to work, we need allies. Their money... We just need negotiators who'll...
Are you saying you set everything in motion?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Да, кстати, почему?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got to...
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
I'll help you. What exactly?
I'll give you 3 names. Bocce, if you can get those 3. Meanwhile...
What if it does?
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would...
Why me?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why there aren't many like you.
Tell me a bit more about this.
Certainly.
Bocek of Kunststadt.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estate. He doesn't play the big game. Because he always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made...
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he?
He still is. The only one who... Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich...
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz. And I
was quite surprised to see her here.
A male affair? So far, Anna is holding back and behaving like... But don't trust appearances. She's got claws. She knows how to do...
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her...
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she... There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most... And that it was thank...
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck. Before the...
Success to...
Особая смесь. Мне интересны его навыки. Красноречие у него из-за этого, видимо, увеличивается. Заметность большая, ученость большая, пьянство, ну конечно. Когда ты пьян, любой снайпер, помимо своего обычного действия, будет тебя немного исцелять. Чем сильнее ты пьян, тем сильнее будет сильнее действие. Но не повысит 20 очков здоровья. Жизнь становится как-то приятнее. Преимущество благодаря сразу начинает раньше. Забег из кричмы. Пока ты в базин-фазе объединения, ты получаешь бонус до 4. Ой, без оружия. Время исцеления он плох, меткости он плох. Чего тебе по репутации? Малейше во всем него плохо. Ну и так все везде, в принципе, понятно.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good.
Ha, even better. But you won't believe.
And you might not believe your eyes when you.
Well.
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without a bio.
I want to have a word with the...
Well, I'm happy.
С тобой по дому
I'll
поговорим.
talk to you later, Father.
You're in my home, so you're.
Is that your.
Unfortunately.
I came with a delegation.
Why so strict?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky. I got him a place at the Archbishopric. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out But he took his boozing and whoring along with him.
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer court.
You have the impertinence to show me your face?
You're
Me? Exaggerating? Your whores wandering around as if they owned the place.
Oh. Actually, anything fun was strictly banned under your roof. But maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime. Then maybe
you're dishonoring.
I can't dishonor someone who has no.
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
I'm not happy if this isn't how I imagined.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Yeah. Do they teach you that in the seminary?
Stand firm. Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your ass.
Do they teach you that in the seminary?
Look in my eyes, not at my sword. What's wrong with your legs? Sum quique tribue! Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist. You don't know which end of that thing is up.
Do they teach you that in the seminary?
You can't take me.
Do they teach you that in the seminary?
Where's the right side?
А, ты
You've got a
умеешь.
gap there I can drive a cart through.
Бля, это легко будет. Я не знал, что он умеет делать искусственный удар. Ну давай.
That was sneaky.
Sum quique tribue.
No. Sacre. You're fast. Enough. That will do.
Бывает.
My God. Father always said you were a good-for-nothing booze.
I was in a war. And you ought to know yourself.
Aye.
So Father would be satisfied. Only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped to...
Всегда таким был.
Not at all. I remember in the sea when I was 6 years old. He wouldn't talk to me for a week.
because
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days and
only 3 days. He got soft.
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled but now I have a chance.
And that's why you...
Aye.
That sounds very important. Considering you and... After your encounter with Father... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it.
What else can I...
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
Молодый.
All right then. It's a nice idea, but we can't...
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund.
I expect Alder's not... Leave Alder to me. The plan's...
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime.
You're...
Ну, хоть так. Тут есть где помыться. Сушильня. А вот бадья. А, ну так чистенький, что ли? Все понятненько. Хе-хе. Служанка.
Exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
Burghers, patricians and usurers. What now? They're without honor.
We're trying to forge an alliance against our common enemy.
Такс.
Sir Butcher, I need to speak...
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips. Jobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
How can I persuade...
I need guarantees of security.
Doesn't that seem to you...
If you hesitate to kiss a bear's ass, I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, I can't risk it all in a...
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the...
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable...
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also...
Пан Птачек. Лишнего не ждем.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund.
How about...
He's a young...
He may be young. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right, he'll be well...
If he gets it. Right now, Hunnish lords over Rattay. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation. And Hunnish can... Maybe it's not such...
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon.
I don't care what the young lord thinks. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support him.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the...
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and...
Жесть.
Sir Hanush, I bring
You do?
I've gained us a...
And who is it? I hope it's not...
On the contrary, it's
Couldn't start? How the hell?
Well, there's one...
Out with...
Lord Kunstad has a niece, so I arranged a betrothal for young...
Hands Capon? Godwin, you cannot...
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans...
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa.
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
Давай.
Cheers! Cheers to you!
Ну ладно. Ну все.
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my...
Thank you.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink.
Давай.
Cheers to the beautiful lady Yika.
Here's to a...
Он так, пьяница. Минуточку. Что теперь? Анны Вальдштейнской. Где она? Стражники. Она вроде тут. Нет. Почему тут на карте она не указана? Может здесь? А, да, она здесь должна быть. Вот она.
I've got some good news. The bad news is there's hardly any females in this. There's some old bat standing there with two young girls, but she watches over, so at least tell.
Да, неважно.
At least the wine here. Cheers!
To your health.
Даже пьяный.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you.
Your diplomat...
No beating around the bush, eh? I like...
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady.
To muster an army that
Christ. Be
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their... Although, between the two of us...
Hit the nail on the head again.
I am rarely...
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of...
Not only for people, but also...
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. So...
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to... parley...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask...
It's not only you're well able to negotiate and trade.
Then I'd be helpful if you want me to support you.
Do you have something in particular?
Well, one of the guests here has...
who's that?
Haman Al... Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him...
And these papers,
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between my...
You were dealing with the enemy?
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear.
I'm supposed to rob...
Haman Alder was given the documents to... He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them.
And the papers I'm supposed to...
Just insignificant documents. If they incriminate...
Have you fallen out with it?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. They're disappointed that I... And the fact that I'm handling his estates...
All right, I'll help you.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in... Bring them to me. But watch yourself.
Бегать я не могу, потому что я пьяный. Спокойно.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm just leaving it.
That won't please Lord Odorin.
Блин. Он об этом узнав. Поговорили с Лихтенштейном. Это когда было? Это было давно, ну ладно. Фиг с ним.
I've got those papers.
Quiet!
My lady, with all the here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed. I will...
Thank you, noble.
Yes, quite.
How could I refuse a toast with such a...
And to the
God bless.
Всё.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the...
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, tell me, Godwin of the house...
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of...
Both of them.
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians. Our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
О, да. Все, братишка, да-да-да.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords.
Ты прав.
And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Ну уж, сорян, Ян. Угу. Текстурки подгрузились.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. Point them to the Jewish quarter and give them free rein. To do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see? All you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not.
Так, момент. Всякий случай гляну. Все в порядке.
He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine.
Красная.
We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries. They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal life.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Otterin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobs is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king. You did a good job, waiter. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Otterin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Otterin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
We could use it to raise this town too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea. but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
Я не могу.
No, sire. It would be inappropriate for me to drink with you. I apologize.
As you wish. To your health, Marquardt. And to our upcoming victory.
Позже этим же вечером крепости Ратбурж. Я на всякий случай не стал с ними пить. Мало ли просто. Кутят. Все ясно.
Surely you don't want to break in?
Это классика.
I will clear my name. I will charge the enemy break through their lines and capture
And then you will wake up in a ditch somewhere with a...
How would you like a wine, Chevalier?
The art of winemaking has a long tradition. Recipes are passed on from father. I myself was practically even the French, right? The king himself had
I expect his lordship had the best barrels rolled up.
This wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary.
Baron
For the piglet! I'd like to drink a toast with you. So, touching. Come now.
I never had one.
Truly?
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years.
See now. Only, there's... fuck.
I've got a tongue like a...
Well, get some...
His lordship is so unsteady on his...
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of the...
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt...
Ни черта не видно.
Protector of my soul and body, forgive me every transgression which I have committed this day, and deliver me from every craft of my enemy and adversary. May I not anger my God by any sin. The Lord Almighty grant us a peaceful night and a perfect end. Amen.
Там молился.
Right? I thought your Aliska was brown-haired, though.
Hey, man! Where are you supposed to keep watch outside the gate today?
Ah,
Court sounds call you bravo.
Excuse-moi. I thought the French court knows me.
А, ниже можно спуститься. Ёперный ты театр.
Christ, so much dust.
You farmyard beef!
Greetings.
Sorry, I don't want to...
What do you think? A fortress full of hungry mouths and hot...
Where might I find the really...
Why? You don't...
It's not for me.
Aha. If you go down the cellar stair, it's Lord Odorin's best.
I haven't eaten so well in a...
He didn't have to choose me. My old ma spent her whole life in this kitchen, and my grand...
Wait!
It's been a long time since anyone has called me by that name. I was afraid you'd forgotten.
You haven't changed.
But I have. And you've changed too. Not at all.
And how have you been all this time?
Not really. When he remarried and had I also got married. And soon I had my little Elish. Young Sir Christopher used to come and play with her sometimes.
Tell me more about it.
She's a big girl now. She's a maid here for now, but...
Well, aren't you worried about her?
Even as a little girl, she used to beat up the boys in the village. I put up with all sorts...
And your husband?
Kuba, he died when Alishka was just a baby.
God grant. Why don't we go some... And...
You really have... You ought go and have a drink and stop chasing girls.
Я старался. Где-то здесь он говорит.
Everybody likes a drop of white.
Да, красный лучше возьмем.
The red will be good, I hope.
Ой-ой-ой.
Now there's a piece of horse flesh for you, Rudhart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to this celebration, you old fox.
Да, походу, это армия.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Опа.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Все плохо.
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher! Can't make it. Come on, scum! Go fuck yourself!
I'll be done with you in a flash. I'm bleeding! I'll put you to a bloody pulp.
Hey! Go to hell!
Oh!
Hey! I need a hand here!
Hey!
Go on, eh? Make a fool of yourself! One step back! Stand your ground!
You and flash.
Nice!
Whacker! Ha! You got it! Once more.
You're mine!
Sorry.
Oh. That's right! Drive those horses out!
Keep them off!
Steer over!
You got it, Baron.
Ow! Right! Where did we go? Right!
Есть. Кто это, Индро? Жесть.
You won't get ready to leave this life. He's had it. All the saints should see this, and you'll soon be meeting them. You got this. Nice useless. You tricked him. Yeah. Don't spare it. He's had it.
Ну давай.
But he's still standing. Now you're mine. He's had it. Don't expect any absolution from this. Take that. Yeah, don't spare him. Nice hit. You're facing a nobleman.
Done here, horses.
Жесть.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector.
They wanted to slay the rest.
What about my father?
They left with Yobs long before that, but...
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you.
But you knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's...
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking...
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Yobs to...
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth.
You've done enough.
And I'm sure Liechtenstein can't wait to find out.
The king announced one more thing at the council. That is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least...
They're our allies. We have to help.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jump. Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as...
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give...
Жестко.
Guard the walls until morning.
Horrible. So many dead. And nothing.
They dragged Lord Odorin who knows where. And almost killed his son too. But why, Lady
Матильда и
Anne? What could she
Славятица.
do to them? She couldn't
Анна
even
из
defend herself.
Вальдштейна. О, она
Why
умерла.
did they even attack us? Haven't we had enough?
They'll never leave us alone.
What will happen to his lordship now? To us?
We have to take care of the Ulster Christians. Oh, well, leave it alone. Two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway. One
Ты как?
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked up. They could well have. If it hadn't been for you, Henry.
Von Owlet surprised even Sigismund with that.
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Volstein. And they captured... without them, we can hardly get...
We'll figure out a...
But how? Get a grip. Whining doesn't... You're right. When I drink too much wine, nevertheless, I have to admit it can't...
Actually, at Sigismund's council, an order was given to...
Gods, we need to get back to the city and... I'm going with you. Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you stay... Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel.
Жесть.
No one knows where they took order in the others.
And it was an honor to stand by your side.
I'm glad you did.
Even though that old bastard was hardly worth it.
Don't say that.
Служанка
If you
Таша.
got yourself killed, it wouldn't have helped him.
Preaching again. Aren't you a priest?
Это же его, как я понял, младший брат.
We need to get you into safety. You're the Lord of Reborn now.
Lord of Ruins.
I'll leave it out. At least you survived. Do you think you can make it to Suchdol?
I hope so.
All right. Peter of Pisek is our ally. He'll surely let you stay there, at least until you get back on your feet.
Without a war, no one knows where they took order in the others.
Sam, I need to have a...
Just tell him.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your...
Why?
It's true, I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? Well, the thing is...
What?
Yes.
Why are you even telling me?
I thought you would want to know. Martin was racing...
I know what it's like. My real father.
You know, all my life, I thought if... But now that I know, I will never see him.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property.
The king has a...
He's no king to me. He's...
Do you think it's really going to be that bad?
Wake up, Henry. That rabble is capable of anything. It would not be... They would pillage their own neighbors if they could.
This is what we were afraid of. But we need to get back into the city. Will you come with us, Hen?
I'll come.
Very well.
Да.
Let's not waste...
Чихать вообще. Ехала.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sигизмунд.
Bianca?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of... And I see, instead of that...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. Can we borrow the wagon you...
But of course. I borrowed it too.
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele.
All right. But could you please...
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming?
Of course.
Let's go.
Ну, погнали.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son.
If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that.
You seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
That droid of Sigismund, may his name be erased, would have found some other excuse to get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
Samuel, how... What was the story with your mother and Martin?
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
It may be the last chance we get. We could both be dead in a while.
All right. But like I said, I never actually knew Martin. He once came to Kuttenberg and fell in love with my mother. But she is the daughter of a rabbi. Obviously, she could not marry a goy.
And tonight, you will see why.
If you want, Mummy will surely tell you more. If we can get there in time. What was he like? I mean, Martin.
He was a good man.
Seriously. Whip those fucking horses.
All right. Schnell. Schnell.
Долго. Так-то.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway. We all would, lad, but it has been decided as punishment for our many sins.
What did you just say?
Nothing, just blabbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up, little curve. My arse is getting numb.
Halt! I heard something.
So, do you hear anyone?
If they manage to get all the way here, it is all over.
No, I think... I must have just imagined it. Let's keep moving. We should split up here. Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubienka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
This way, Henry.
Идем.
Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
How can a few pieces of parchment be that important? And what do they contain, anyway?
Nothing very pleasant for the most part. Who hates who could be blackmailed with what, who's hiding where and why. In short, nothing I can afford to lose. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now?
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this.
I think there's someone.
Go and check it out. If they took anything, I'll gather up my things in the meantime.
Блин, серьезно? Моисея завалили. Лежать. Убил тоже я, бедолагу. Так, момент. Меня, конечно, никто не смотрит, но и пофиг. О, неплохо. О. Фига тут всего. Было, кстати, на нозе тоже. Нормально.
What do you want?
Что-то я даже их не заметил. Хераси. Везучий игры для кости. Тоже убили пацана.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the...
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's...
Well, they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have... What about your mother?
She is, thank God.
I'm really sorry about your friends.
There was nothing you ben navis hamartes. This Eric is really pissed.
There'll be plenty of time for that later.
I'm sure Mum is waiting for us. We have to...
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passage.
But sir, if any more of them...
I can take care of my... God be with...
Come on, Henry. Bring Ma!
А где она? Ага.
Oi, Himmel! What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, Ma'am. He sent me...
Mein Gott! What happened?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded.
Wait!
My name is Henry.
Of course.
I'm his...
Well, sucks.
Sam told me...
Watch out! More are coming!
What's going on?
Sam!
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe.
We have to get to the synagogue.
Through the backyards! Follow me! Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them!
Ух ты ж. Жестко.
But they're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yards.
Момент.
Somebody else. Bus. Ah! That is you to the left. Can you help them?
Надеюсь, хотя бы так помог. Ой.
I don't know who you are, but I thank you.
Пожалуйста.
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Come on, then.
The place is clear.
I'm fine. But what about you, my kid?
Ой, жесть. Чё, идем?
Kick them all down!
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? Rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go!
Они не войны.
Go inside. Quick.
It's the fucking task. I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No. I just don't want to die here alone.
Ух ты ж.
There they are. Well, now we're really fucked.
We mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back.
For how long, though?
As long as we need to.
Ладно.
Go fuck yourself. Schmutzig Kopf.
Show your stuff.
Че ты на него-то лезешь? Противника себе. Посильнее найди, ублюдок.
Die, fucker!
Ну давай, сучка.
Send my greetings to the
I heard that yours should be too blood. Take that, you picker.
I'll crucify you!
That'll teach you.
Bleeding like a stuck pig.
No mercy!
That all you got, Bechosot? You won't get me! Hardly stand, asshole! Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on! Let's go!
God mohol mir.
Let's go. It's this way.
Столько убитых, это просто пиздец.
Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
There's nothing we can do now. We must get the wounded out of here first.
Are we just supposed to bury them by the side of the road?
I am sure the Lord will understand. And if you do not believe me, ask the rabbi. He will surely agree.
Bist du ernst?
Yom Iro, Ani Eileicho Efton.
But it will not be fast enough.
Do not worry. We won't manage like this for a while before he gets us covered.
What if someone notices?
So what? He's not stealing the horses. He's buying them. He knows many of them horse traders. I'm sure at least one will take pity and help us.
Майду.
Adonai haloso Бешолем веномар омар.
Все, короче, просто молятся.
I still hear it.
You managed to get the documents?
I've been thinking about it, and the time for spying is over.
So what then? You going?
Not yet. I feel responsible for what happened, and...
But we still have a lot of work to do.
A spy master is of no use without his network. Only a few of my people are still...
Well, that doesn't matter.
No, Henry, I played and I lost.
So the court spy and master schemer would... I didn't expect you to be so
I may not have been in this world all that long, but unfortunately, so many people dead. Driven out of their...
There's a war...
But that doesn't mean we can't...
All right. Have it your way.
And with you.
We will be on our way soon.
Thank you, Henry, for everything.
We survived.
Many have died, indeed.
I'm so sorry.
You are right. How happy I would be if we could...
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some other community.
Do you think you'll be
Well, the mercenaries might follow. We will split up into... Besides, who would chase us when...
So the agreement with the lords in Rabors...
What makes you...
I do, but you've lost everything.
It is true that the Gutenberg Heale cannot pay, especially when they get...
God be with you.
Seigesin.
If it was not for you, we would not have made it.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, lad.
Is there anything else I...
Mein Gott. Boy. Now we have to manage.
I know this might not be the best time, but...
Right now? Well, how is Mart?
He,
Oh, the hen of Schutzurara.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went...
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that, at least you survived.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have better.
Do not worry about it. I am just...
Is every...
Yes. Do not worry. We were just talking about...
How did you meet my...
It was such... He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town. But there was...
And that's where...
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. Then it went Schlag auf Schlag.
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deorais. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other. Until one day, I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So I did not even have time. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told and he only let me come back when he was sure people had...
Did Martin not go looking for you?
People said he did go looking for me. Even as far...
If only he had gone all the way to...
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere.
And what about you?
No. My father called me...
And he didn't try to find any...
You know he did, but it never worked out.
And did you ever go looking for...
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not, and I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world. I had...
All right.
Before you go, tell me.
Well, he was strict with me. I dream about him quite often. About that last day, and he said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that Black...
He was absolutely...
Well...
You saved all our lives. He raised you up.
I'm sorry to keep you this.
Oh.
Return, O Lord. How long shalt thou be wrathful? Have compassion for thy servants. Fill us with thy mercy every morning, that we may rejoice and be glad.
What are you doing?
That's a good question.
You're not.
I gave him some information before. Jobst thinks...
You don't believe Job?
Trusting your own plan tends to be a big mistake. And the backup includes all of They can't do much on their own.
Why are the Jews?
Because I asked them. Most Christians avoid Jews. And probably wouldn't even think of looking. Besides, the local Jewish community have no love for Sigismund.
They know von Berg?
Sadly, they do. Von Berkhoff instigated those who survived.
Why would he need convincing?
Sigismund has made many enemies in Kuttenberg. He kicked off important Berker, but he's not stupid. He hasn't
He just made...
I'd rather call it... It's complicated. This isn't chess. Just because they can't stomach Sigismund doesn't mean they'll...
So you're sending me there to find out...
You could say that. I suspect he might... If it works out, it will be a great accomplishment.
We'll be on our way soon.
Да уж. Пока мне сюда дорога закрыта, как я понял. Помочь надо.
Punch your stuff.
Show what you're made.
You fucker!
I'll beat you to a... Add át üdvözletem az alvilági démonoknak!
Молодец, 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 половец. На удивление. Игральную кость голову дьявола. Офигеть, у меня походу уже сейчас этих игральных костей уже. Удачливая древняя кость, зеленая кость, черная кость, кость пчелиного локача, кость математика.
You all right, my...
I am?
Wait, you're the unlucky one.
Aye, that's me all right. Thanks to you, though. At least, unfortunately, I have nothing to
No matter. Just take care. I'm Henry.
Voita.
Until next.
You've no right to do that. That's where you're wrong. When we catch a fella cheating, we can do whatever we see fit.
Постираться-то можно. Через дорогу. Что у нас там? О, 4 доступных очка навыка, кстати. Клещ ворона. Вот это прикольно. Пока что.
Just you wait, you sack of shit. I'll rip out your tongue and throw it to the dogs.
No, please! You can't do that! Help me! Somebody help!
Is there a problem here?
Oh, good fellow, you're heaven sent!
Listen, you better stay out of this.
You saw nothing.
What did he do?
Worse again.
Don't lie!
Leave him alone. You get a kick out of threatening him when he's groveling on the ground?
Cheating is...
And it's not the first time he's done it. Last time, he got...
Oh, have some compassion.
What's wrong with your wife?
She's sick. Death...
Don't believe him. He lies like a...
What's wrong with your wife? Describe...
She's got cramps and fits. Nasty ones. And at one moment, she's got the chills.
That sounds... Instead of playing dice in the tavern...
Wait. You're...
And... Well, I have to. She's as frail...
Get away from me. You're gonna...
Oh, quick! Let's get out of here before...
Let's go. Before we catch something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey! Where's that
How
beer?
are things, Henry?
That was a narrow escape.
Everything's fine.
I'll have to
God
make
willing,
myself
it'll last
scarce or
at
I'm
least
done
until
for.
lunch.
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's... Fortunately, we saved most of the people.
Fuck.
Samuel and the rabbi took...
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next.
Well, Samuel said he wants to be around for that.
I see. But if he's gone to Colin... Oh well. At least we'll have time...
All right. I'll come to...
Oh well. Now just this.
Все понятненько. пойдем сюда, чё? Куда то пошло?
God bless you, sir.
You have a... Greetings.
Can I spend... I'll pay, but all... That's enough for me. Let's agree on... Satisfied?
Well, thanks.
What's new around?
Try asking. He's the groom at the Malak. There's always something to do when animals are in.
Working with...
Why not? And that's a...
Sounds interesting. Where can I sleep?
There's a little shelter next to the gate with a decent enough...
What's new?
Nothing much. If there was something, I...
Понял. По лошади у нас 293, нормально еще.
Go!
Ka!
Go! Go!
Quick! Ja!
Oh, whoa.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Haftal.
Cut the foolery, Henry.
What happened?
They stole von Armadillo.
You mean...
No.
Eh?
His bloody horse.
All right, I understand.
Easy for you to say, but it all falls on once he gets out that he's...
I'm sure it won't...
Oh, you're sure, eh?
What kind of horse?
Von Berghoff calls it a beautiful thoroughbred. Black as coal, strong, brave. And when you look, if you don't bring him back...
Well, I'd like to help you, but chasing a horse around the countryside is more of a hunt.
It won't be that hard. I know. I caught them in the act of breaking in. The others hightailed.
And the one you caught snitched on the rest.
Well, at first he didn't want to. But while he was...
What?
It was an accident. I wanted to hand him over to the back. I suppose I was...
Well?
Keep it to yourself, all right? He may have, if you help me...
What if the bandits have...
That won't be... It's von Berghoff's horse, and everybody... I'm more afraid they'll try to... If only they...
Fine. So what did he...
The woods are thick north of here. I reckon you'll have to look around.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Henry. God give you health, sir.
Что ж, ладно. Остальное поди. Ограбить? Поди. Да. Остальное, наверное, потом пройду. Ой, всем спасибо за лайки. Спасибо за поддержку. Да. Всем до скорой встречи и пока-пока.